Howdy folks, I'm Roy Rogers, King of the Cowboys, and this is Dale Evans, Queen of the West. Say hi to the folks, Dale.
Howdy everybody, howdy.
I'm sorry, I just always wanted to do that.
You wanted to do that, and now that's your bucket list and you can go.
Good night everybody.
No.
Good night, good night.
No. Something I always wanted to do. But when we...
So, yeah, we decided, bucket list, right?
And as other people have said, we thought it does connote kicking the bucket.
Right.
Seeing the end is near.
All of that horrible connotations.
Right.
Yeah, so we decided that we weren't going to do a bucket list per se, because there's too much pressure, too much stress involved in that. It's kind of like getting a save the date card from a wedding about a year away.
Just think about that, that.
When you make that kind of list, you have to live up to it, and what if you never do it?
All the
what are the
decisions.
consequences?
We were talking about with the VCRs 100%, and they tell you to delete something, and you have 17 Ellens, and you're like, do I delete, Meryl Streep, Johnny Depp? And then you realize it doesn't really matter, because when you finally go and see it, it's really pretty bad anyway.
Yeah, delete all of them, right?
So we decided.
We have Tim Rutzer's funeral still on our DVR.
3 years.
It's 2.5 hours.
Speeches, I couldn't take it off.
So, in the spirit of that, this is a list that we're pretty sure of things that we don't want to do.
And a few other people have already mentioned those.
Yeah, so we've been validated somewhat.
Yeah.
First off, we are not moving to Florida.
I mean, that's obvious, right? So scratch that off for everybody.
Right. We're not jumping out of a plane.
Again, obvious.
Right, and we're not swimming with the dolphins. I don't like to swim with fish, even in a lake in Wisconsin with walleye.
Yeah, I saw you're swimming with walleye, and you're eating them that night for fish fry. Kind of gross.
Takes the magical out of that. We're not going on a cruise.
Legionnaire's disease,
right.
Rotavirus or notavirus.
The Kleinhoffers come to mind.
Right, drunken people that fall off the ship.
We're not climbing a mountain.
Okay, migraines, altitude sickness,
falling. Yeah. We're not going to run a marathon.
Come on, why? Really?
Why? We're not going to ride an elephant.
I mean, really, don't you really just want to get down when you're on top of an elephant? As he always says, he doesn't want to get anything bigger and dumber than he is. So that's horses and a lot of other things.
Right.
But anyway.
Not going on a safari.
No, Ebola, come on.
It's pretty obvious there. We want to see the pyramids.
You can go to Las Vegas and see pyramids. They look exactly like it, really.
Right. The Luxor is beautiful. Beautiful pyramid.
Cheap, too.
Right. We're not going scuba diving.
No, the bends and sharks and
eels,
salt water. And,
We're not going to write a book.
No, you can't compete with the bloggers these days.
No one buys a book anyway.
No, you're going to get a sign, a Kindle when you get famous.
Right.
Forget it.
And we decided that we're not going to buy a house, learn to surf, whitewater raft, zip line, or bungee jump.
Or we're not getting matching tattoos because we're that age. No.
But you know, all of these things can have an element of fun and adventure, and we don't want to throw cold water on anybody's dreams, but there is one thing that we know for sure that we don't want to do.
Like Oprah, we know this for sure.
For sure.
One thing we know that can only bring disappointment, sadness, bewilderment.
Right. One thing that always seems like it has so much promise but never ends up well.
So without a doubt, even though each time it's a brand new experience and things still go better.
We've done it before, and we're just not going to do it again.
But this time it's set in stone.
We are never, ever going to LA again for pilot season. You know, that magical time of year when all the new shows are casting and the actors look up into the Hollywood Hills and they go, I'm going to live up there and I'm going to drive one of those. It's the false promise of the pot of gold.
People used to say to us around this time of year, why sit in the cold? You have nothing else to do. Go out there, so what? See what happens.
Yeah, my agent said, hey, it's busy out here, so she said. Yeah, and those reality shows, they're just a thing of the past.
They're not popular anymore. Nobody wants those. So year after year, we'd pack up and go, and pack up and go, and go, and go. But we're not going anymore.
Never again, because you never want to fly yourself out there on your own dime.
No, no, no. So we drive.
All the time.
Oh yes, we'd always get the freak snowstorm in Colorado or Las Vegas or New Mexico.
Right. But we'd always make it. We'd always make it.
AAA, thank God for that.
Right. With the hope of getting something. Never a guarantee, but the hope.
Yeah, so never again. I mean, even if something looked promising, you know, and there was good rate at the Oakwood, the corporate apartments, you know, because they remember us there from the time we busted our neighbor.
Yeah, well, it turns out he was a convicted felon after all.
Yeah, crystal meth, you know.
But then you've got that whole LA thing with all the cars and the traffic and the traffic.
Yeah. And weeks go by with nothing.
Nothing.
And nothing.
Nothing.
And nothing.
Nothing.
And then finally, you get a call to audition for a guest spot. It's not a pilot, but it's a small role on a show called Banger and Mash.
No, that's Franklin and Bash.
Okay, Franklin and Bash. Whatever.
I drive up to an industrial park in Valencia for the read.
That's where all the casting is this day.
That's right. You take the 134 to the 210 to the 5 on a Friday at 4:30.
And I go with him because I'm so bored.
So bored.
So bored. There's got to be something in Valencia. There's not. But I say to him, you know what? You are perfect for this role. And why not you?
Why not me?
And what do you know? That day, the gods were smiling. This time, and 2 days later, they put him on a veil.
They are interested in my availability. That's a pretty good thing, right? Right? That's a good sign. So, a week later, though, I'm starting to wonder, and lo and behold, I get the other call. I've been released. Right? They no longer care about my availability. I'm like a small fish.
That's been released. But it's a big pond out there, so we understand. We really do. Sort of.
So we leave town 4 days early.
Always leave early. And as we're leaving town, do you want to mention the speeding ticket you got as we were leaving?
No, but however, soon after the motorcycle cop rode away, I get the call.
He got the call. Now it's Murphy's Law. All you actors out there know. Just when you're leaving, you get the call. That'll pay for the whole trip, restore your self-esteem, give your life a purpose, and give you dignity, and your spouse as well. And your children.
So my phone rings, and I let it ring a couple of times. Because I know it's my agent on the phone.
Let him wait.
That's right. Hey, maybe I'm back on a veil. Maybe it's something even bigger. So I hit the accept the call button, and I say, hello.
Hi, Bruce. It's Susan.
That's my agent. Hello, Susan. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I have a question for you.
Okay, but I gotta tell you though, we checked out of the Oakwood a couple days early. It's not like we don't have any place else to stay. I mean, we've got friends, my sister-in-law in Altadena, and we have friends in the valley, and we can always couch surf.
Garages, you know, we'll find something. Okay, sorry, Bruce, I just have a question. One of our clients is going to Chicago. She has a guest spot on Chicago Fire.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was wondering what the best pizza place in Chicago is. You know, for that deep dish you all like. I told her you'd be the perfect person to ask.
Okay, well, just give her my number. Happy to help.
Whatever. Then we read recently that the show's been canceled.
Yeah, that's a shame.
That's really too bad. Maybe that show never aired and no one got any residuals. That'd be nice. No. So that's what we said. That's it.
Never
again.
again. Never again.
And as we wrote this and talked about it, I said, you know what? Maybe it is time to go to Florida. We could rent it in Oakwood. They're nationwide.
They got them down there.
You know,
right?
month to month, see how we like it.
We go now, we'll be the young people, the people who can drive and walk.
Without a walker for now. We'd be warm. Yeah. And then we went, no, we're going to stay here. And if there's nothing to do, we'll just do nothing. It'll be happy. We'll be stagnant.
Right, in our non-bucket list way.
Yes. And we're going to spend February and gloomy March in Chicago just sitting in our apartment.
Our apartment.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Let's take a look at that list again, shall we, and just see what
the skydiving, the bungee.
Yeah, the bungee. Is there anything?
Wait a minute. The writing a book, that can't hurt. I mean, we're not going to
that's a safe thing.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, we're going to write a book.
We're writing a book.